I've spent most of my life um, being taught to stay quiet. None of my t-shirts they're all, I've had them for a year plus. I do have a new t-shirt coming in today, so I can talk about something about some female empowerment stuff. But all the other ones I've had for a long time. My husband actually one time came to me a while ago, and he was like, "Honey, we're running out of space. What's with these t-shirts?" And I have this tattoo I have with my Ohio bestie, and it was hurtful. Like I was like literally, I've got one other tattoo I got when I was 18. But this tattoo, I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I was going to get a matching tattoo with my daughter, all this stuff, maybe even a matching tattoo one day with my son. And I got this in Columbus, Ohio with my bestie. And my son, it was his first time even being in a tattoo parlor. Perfect, precious little white boy. I'm just telling you, he was so inexperienced, but not really, like, because his experiences with me just talking, like that kind of thing. But anyhow, I spent my whole life with this. I know nothing. I see nothing. I didn't want to be a rat. I'm just saying that's how it is. Stay in my lane, do my thing. There's so many things in life I didn't go to the law on. Like I shared my experience about almost at 16 years old, we're almost running away with a 38-year-old married man, and the church just did this and prayed. And someone said, why didn't why didn't you go to jail? Oh no, honey, because they didn't even think of going to the police, because we know nothing, we see nothing. And then this happened with my daughter. And then there were some other things, as it wasn't just domestic violence or DCF stuff. There was a lot more. There was a lot more. And so I felt, I was ignorant of the Florida laws, I will admit, but I felt in my soul, and still do, that if it was all legal, there wouldn't have been anything done in the dark. But that's, once again, Jesse Holter is 1000% allowed to have guns nobody knows about, because it's 1000% within his legal rights. And I, as a libertarian, have to just accept that. Be like, okay, I thought there were certain laws. My little false sense of security, kind of like sometimes a door lock on a door. It's just keeping. I used to work with a guy, a wonderful guy, Mr. Bill, and he used to say that the door or the lock on your door, your front door, is just to keep honest people honest. And it was like, that is actually true. But yeah, he is 1000% within his rights. He is. There is no registry there. Even if they wanted to be like, okay, we're here, Mr. Halter, to get your guns, they don't have a clue how many this man has. And he is well within his rights. Even though I believe I've shown them, and none of them have like I said, that there's like the ones that have even talked to me, there's been a wonderful female officer with the Eustis Police Department when this first began. And then yesterday so the smallest level, one would say, of law enforcement. And then I talked to what I believe is the biggest level of law enforcement yesterday. And they all said, stand down, Miss Sprakel. He's within his rights. Okie dokie. So I saw something. I said something. I ratted for the first time because I believed it was right. And I was wrong. And so I apologize to all of you. And if you actually are watching, listening to understand versus judge me, you will see that I in no way, shape, or form want to infringe on some well-minded civilian. And I didn't even rat until nobody would get my baby girl help. My grandbabies, more than anything, help. Remember, I went to my daughter and her abuser, and I asked them to get help. I believe that strongly. I never got an attorney. I never did anything other than get them help. Because if they got help, I just knew. I knew because I'm that secure in who I am as a mother. I did a lot of things wrong as a Grammy. Turned a blind eye. Common sense left my body because I was afraid of that man and the 2 years he got my daughter not to talk to me. But hey, freedom, 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 it cost. It cost our young men and women. You know, as our Eustace captain was off doing races for our fallen heroes during this time, couldn't be bothered to even just pick up the phone and be like, hey girl, I'm gonna need you to stop trashing my name. Couldn't even be bothered to do any of that because he was training for some race. And I have never picked up a gun to defend anybody in any way. I actually, when I was 18, tried to lose weight to go to the military. Instead, ended up with my daughter's dad and going that route versus the military route. I'm sure some of you were like, thank God. But hey, those are the same ones that if you go on my TikTok, or like literally I had this psych nurse on YouTube, but all they're coming at me is my visuals. So, cool. My eyes, crazy eyes. I am absolutely. I think I'm in good company. Claire Huxtable referenced that. But yeah, I do. But yesterday it was because my nose scrunches. Wow. And that was a psych nurse, she claims to be, on YouTube. And I'm like, I come to the public help and you want to scrutinize what I look like. A woman wants to scrutinize. I'm trying to get help. And it's okay, you can disagree with the way I've gone. But a woman took time out of her day to trash my nose when I'm pouring out my heart to everybody. So, wow. If she really is a psych nurse, cool. And she wants to say I'm bipolar, cool, great. That's I'm concerned about my daughter. I'm concerned about my grandbabies. I'm concerned about public safety. But kudos to her. Using freedom of speech, just like I'm doing. Except I'm not trying to actually attack anybody other than Jesse Halter and his original abuser, Maureen Johns. That's it. I'm trying to hold them accountable to every way I could come up with. But evidently, when you're a medical nurse in Lake County, Florida, you can do some things that hey, I'll do another video about what all DCF has not done. So I'm just reminding everybody, including myself, to do better. Thank you.